Hey, welcome 6th grade. I thought I'd do a real short video because this week, today or tomorrow, you're going to get your fish, your plants, your snails, and all your materials for the Aqua Terra project. This is an Aqua Terra project from last year, the Aqua down here and the Terra up there, and you'll be making 15 of those in your classroom. Let's take a look at what's coming to you. Let's start with the fish. This is what it looks like when the fish come from Thailand. They made a long journey, and I have taken the time to put 15 of these in a Ziploc bag here, ready for you to use, 15 fish per classroom. And some of these, if you don't have your 2 liters ready, you probably need to get some kind of container like this to put your fish in until you get your 2 liters ready. And these fish can jump a little bit, so I got a little lid right here. So these are your fish, and this is what it looks like when 800 fish arrive at the airport up in Chicago, and you go get them and bring them here and bag them up. Also, we have anacris, this plants. Each classroom will get some anacris that I've sorted out, and I didn't count the sprigs, but you can use your scissors to cut those in case you need them. And finally, probably the worst part, or the best part of this project, is collecting 800 snails from a pond. And here are the snails and all kinds of creatures, probably some dragonfly nymphs and some other plants. You'll be receiving your foot locker that has sand, soil, gravel, and the tools that we use, some hole punch, a net, and also each teacher will get a container of betta food and a water conditioner, which is used to take the chlorine and chloramines out of our water so it's safe for the fish. So these are some of the things coming your way. Twine, sand, something to plant in the Terra. Let's take a look. So just to remember, each class will get a bag of these, the anacris, a bag of snails, and a bag of 15 bettas. Those are coming your way today, I hope, if I get them delivered. All right, you should have been collecting 2-liter bottles, and I've already cut the label off this one, and the glue on here, it'll melt under hot tap water, about 110 degrees. And also, you want to pop it back out. And there's several videos on the lesson, on the hub, that show how to do this step by step. And I thought I'd just do a real quick refresher. So you come up here by the neck, you squeeze it, you take your scissors, and you make a short cut right there, like you see right here. And then what I like to do is re-inflate this. And since this is a lever for a right-handed, if you cut along the top, it'll be jagged. But if you take the top of your scissors and cut along the bottom, it'll be a nice smooth cut. Trust me, you'll know the students that cut along the bottom because it's nice and smooth, and those that cut along the top, it'll be jagged. So here's our aqua parts. You do the same thing for the Terra, but you have to drill a hole in the bottom of it, and that's where you'll need the help of either the custodian or bring your drill from home and drill one hole for the wick. So let's see what this is like. Here's our aqua. I'm gonna set it right here, and let's see, I got one going. Let's take a closer look at this. So first of all, to do this, you need some gravel. How much? I don't know, a handful. It doesn't really need, a lot is for looks. There are bacteria that grow on it, but just a little bit of gravel to make it look better. And then I like to put a couple of drops. Every time you do a water change, I like to put a couple of drops of the conditioner, because that will take the chemicals out of our water. And I have some water here ready, and it's leaking a little bit. And I also have my fish, but I'm going to put another fish in. I'll show you just a second what I mean by that. I like to fill this up because for me, the solution to pollution is dilution. So the more water you have, the better. I'm going to put this guy over here, back in this container right here. He should be fine. Put him right in here. Okay. Now, you're going to get the fish like this. And these fish have come a long way. That water inside this container is not very good because it's filled with nutrients and waste, but it'd be great for this plant. So one thing I might do is take my scissors and cut this, and then use my net. Move this guy over here. You can do this after you make one of these. I'm gonna hold my net over this Terra project, I poured all that in there. The actual nutrients are going to feed the plant, and then I can let this guy go down here in the bottom of this. These are all male bettas, by the way, so they have to be put singularly because they are very territorial and they will fight. So that guy goes in there, and we're good to go. We're going to add to this a couple pieces of the anacris. It's a plant. It needs carbon dioxide and sunlight. And we got a pond snail, which is going to be fascinating for the kids because these guys lay eggs, and you have your aquarium ready. As far as feeding these go, rule number 1, don't overfeed. Rule number 2, don't overfeed. Rule number 3, don't overfeed. And if there's a rule number 4, don't overfeed. I like to put 1 or 2 pellets in the morning, watch them eat it. If they still eat it, put a 3rd pellet in. If they don't eat it, take that pellet out, because that will just rot in the material and it will cause the problems for everybody, including the fish. So that's one of the experiments that we have in the other videos I made, is maybe what would happen is the optimum amount of food. Is it 2 a day? Is it 3 a day? Have your kids do an experiment and find out. So there's our aquarium. I probably put a little more water in it. You can actually use the hole punch and punch holes around it. I like to push it all the way down to give it more strength if you decide to hang these. And this is ready. It's got water, it's got gravel, it's got fish, it's got snails, it's got plants. It doesn't have to be a lot. It'll hold it in place. And just like the earth that has sand and gravel that acts as a filter, we got some sand in there. I'm going to put a little bit of sand in here. So now we have the sand, the gravel, and then I'm going to put some soil in here. Got some soil to put in it. And then I can go ahead and plant my lima bean and water it. First time you water it, you might want to water it not on top of the plant. It'll wash out any of the humus or humus that's in there. And then once this is nice the way you like it, you just set it down here like this, and you have your Aqua Terra. You can put the lid on the top of it. Aqua Terra column, and you can tie these together like I've done in this one right here. And some teachers hang it in their class, and some do them separate. And you notice I use some thicker twine. You might want to experiment with that. We've been doing this experiment for several years. It's a lot of fun, a lot of work, but you can learn a lot about the earth systems, the water cycle, the nitrogen cycle, the oxygen cycle, the carbon cycle, all from this project. And that's why we're doing it. Hey, things are coming your way. If you have any questions, send me a text, send me an email. Thanks.